21st of February 2022. I've just woken up from a dream. I believe this to be a prophetic dream. I've had a lot of horrifying dreams the last few days, like really horrifying. I don't know if I'm supposed to share them with you, but I'm going to share this one with you, alright? In my dream, I was at Boscombe Beach. Feel free to look at Boscombe Beach through Google Maps on Street View. I was at the top of the hill from Boscombe Beach, Dorset, UK. And I was in like this weird classroom thing with lots of people. Now this classroom is difficult to explain. Basically, it's as if major destruction had taken place everywhere, like major destruction, and we were now in the aftermath, right? People's clothing was ragged, and there was a teacher there talking to people, and yeah, it was hard, man. But also at the same time, we were very aware that the sea did not behave the way that the sea normally behaves. You know what I mean by the sea, the ocean coming in and out. I don't know how to word it. It's just, and I've had dreams like this before. I've shared this with you before. You know, we're used to the tide going out and the tide going in, and we know how that is, right? But in this dream, the sea, the tide does not behave like this anymore. It sort of does what it wants, and it's really terrifying. It's very, very, very scary to look at, man. The water moves in a different way, and it's like violent, choppy, you know. It behaves how it wants. It's terrifying, and everyone within my dream knew that you do not go near the ocean, right? You do not go near the sea. Now, when we were in this classroom, we were talking, and there was also people around me that we were talking, like people talking in general. We talked like this, like when things were normal. You're always talking in the past tense. In this dream, we were talking in the past tense all the time, like general people. You know, like if you speak to someone that you know and you bump into them down the street, you go, "You all right, mate? How are you?" Or "Hiya," or "How you doing?" You know, you're talking in that moment. How you doing? Well, in this dream, it's in the past tense. It's like you would meet or greet someone, and you'd be like, when things were normal. When things were normal. In the past, when it was normal. You know, this is what I'd hear in conversations. Or someone would start speaking in the classroom or in general to somebody else before. You know, and absolutely everybody knew what that meant, right? Everybody knew that no one had to explain that if somebody joined in the conversation and said before this or before, you know, it didn't have to be explained. Everybody knew what that meant. Does this make sense, right? It looked like major disasters had gone down worldwide, man. You know, and everyone could relate. Everybody knew. Everybody knew about the ocean as well. They knew about the sea, how the sea moved, how the sea did its own thing, and how it sloshed about, man. And everyone knew not to be near the ocean. It was a dangerous place to be. It's not like now, man, where a sunny day and we all go down the beach and have a lovely good time and we play in the sand and we go in the sea. No. In my dream it was sunny and a little bit windy, but you don't go near the sea. You know this. Everybody knows this. It's a very dangerous place to be. And it wasn't just in this region, man. It went far and wide, man. You know, possibly worldwide. You know, just like, but pray about this, man. But again, like people would talk in the past tense before. When things were normal, back in the past, when it was normal, you know, like we would talk now, like say an old phone. Do you remember the old Nokia 3210 with the snake game on it? You know, we would talk now with our smartphones saying, "Oh, do you remember that house brick? You know, you remember that old phone? You could just play Snake. You couldn't watch TV. You couldn't listen to music. You couldn't do this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. You know, we talk in the past tense about that. But I'm talking about, in this dream, we were talking in the past tense of what we consider to be normal. The way that structure runs, the way that things, the way that the ocean behaves, the way that we lived. We're going to be looking back on what we are living right now in the future. And we're going to talk about this as being normal, right? And we're going to remember how the ocean behaves right now. I'm not talking about tsunamis, I'm talking about how we know the tides go in and out. And in the future, we're going to be like, that was normal then. It's so catastrophically bad, man. And we're going to talk and remember how we live now, not only as normal, but we're also going to remember it as like, as good. Like, I don't know about you, man, but there's a lot of us that lives our lives right now. We live our lives and we like envision, you know, the future. I'm going to have a nice big house, get a nice car, and go on nice holidays and this, that, the other. But you know what? The reality is actually we're living that fantastic life right now, pretty much. And we're going to look back on this in the future as that was living the dream. Like we're living the dream right now. That's going to be how it is for a lot of us. It's a complex dream, man. But yeah, the sea, the way people talked, back when it was normal, in the past, before this, when it was normal. Please pray about my dream and weigh it up with our Lord's word for yourself. I believe I feel our Lord's presence on me right now, so please pray about what I'm saying. That was my dream. Remember also we were wearing ragged clothing and the classroom we were in, the windows are smashed and old. It was like, I don't know how to explain it, like the apocalypse or something, you know, like, I don't know if that's the right word to use, but you know, like after wild calamities, major destruction, the aftermath, it reminded me of like fallout, you know, how you would expect to see somewhere after major fallout, major fallout, just debris everywhere, and life is not the same, it's not normal. I don't know if you've seen films like that, after war or after whatever major disasters, cosmic events and stuff, you expect to see everywhere like a barren wasteland, man, and just bits of old metal about, bits of old car and gates, and that's how it is, that's how it was in my dream. And I really believe I feel our Lord's presence on me strongly right now. Just aftermath, man. Ocean did not behave normally. People talked in the past tense all the time. Yeah. Right, so like I say, please pray about this. Weigh this up with our Lord's word. Be safe, man. Over and out.